Hello there. Yeah, here we are, 2 weeks now. Hopefully I'll be able to keep this going. Hopefully my computer won't give me any issues, and I'll be able to get my videos up. I'm going to be getting this one up first, and later today I will have a second one up, reading a couple of John Keats poems. So hopefully all goes to plan. I haven't really had a lot of production this week. You could say my imaginary friends aren't talking to me. It actually has just been a stressful week at work, and as much as I may try to when I get home, I try to write, and it's just sometimes it's too much just to do anything. I just want to sit there and web surf and not think. So, but hopefully next week will be better, and we'll see what happens. So today we are going to be talking about one of the books, On a Cold Wind, the story of Carl Andrastia, Special Agent with EarthGov Security Division 5. Just a brief summary of the story without giving away too many spoilers. The story of Carl Andrastia, an agent of EarthGov Security in the late 22nd century, begins. As an enhanced human, a group of humans engineered to have superior physical and mental abilities, she is subject to hatred and discrimination while continuing to work for the improvement of her people's situation. Along with her partner, Special Agent Murphy Greenfield, she is assigned to track down two escaped criminals who threaten a newly established colony. One of the criminals, Ephraim Bartok, is also an enhanced human who wants to incite a revolution and lead the enhanced humans to freedom. And there's a link between Carly and Bartok, one that only Carly's division director knows. A little bit of background first on the enhanced humans. Enhanced humans are genetically engineered humans, as the name implies. They are designed to be stronger, physically stronger, faster reflexes, sharper senses. They all do have the capacity to achieve genius level intellect. The problem is, by the time of On a Cold Wind, 2189, about half or so of the enhanced humans in the world are essentially slaves. There's no way around it. They call them indentured, but they're slaves. Half of their enhanced humans are born in batches of 50, 20 batches a year spread out around the world. Half of each batch is released, given free person status, and allowed to live their lives in the best way they can. The other half are sold. I got the idea of genetically engineered humans from Heinlein, my favorite Heinlein novel, Friday. Excuse me. The main character is in her world referred to as an artificial person, and she even refers to herself as this, which kind of bugged me a little bit. There are several things in the novel. As much as I love the novel, as much as I love Heinlein, there are several things that I don't agree with, that I think wouldn't happen. Excuse me. Firstly, would have been the genetically engineered humans referring to themselves as artificial. I don't think they would be doing that, because if I'm one of them, And let's see, I'm human, got 2 arms, 2 legs, 10 fingers, 10 toes, 1 head, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 nose, 1 mouth. You know, I'm certainly human. All my life signs register as human. So I don't think they would call themselves artificial. They refer to themselves as just enhanced, or as our sort, my sort, your sort, their sort. That's the better way of doing it. Artificial in my fictional universe is an insult. Calling somebody unartificial or arty is an insult. So yeah, you don't want to do that. The other thing is Heinlein didn't say there was any way that and one of these artificial people would be made to stand out from the rest of humanity. And my own personal feeling is that humans being humans, yeah, they certainly would have a way of making them stand out. So I created a low-grade man-made radioactive isotope called beryllium, and it is bonded to the bones of the right hand when the enhanced humans are growing in their artificial wombs, and there are specialized sensors that'll pick that up. Now, beryllium is used also for short-range marker beacons and things like that, but it's also been adopted to tag enhanced humans. So, and that's the world in which Carly lives. When On a Cold Wind starts off, it starts off in 2180 on the day that Carly has been freed. She is the last of her batch to have been indentured, and so she has now been freed. Her indentures have been bought out, and she's now free. And we get to meet one of her batch brothers, Brandon Zimmer, who is a lawyer, and then she has a phone call with one of her sisters, Jenilyn Sales, who is a popular singer at the time. And I think I may have given myself an issue, because at the end of that first chapter, there is a scene where Carly essentially meets her future self, and I had a time travel story planned that would explain that, and I'm trying to decide if time travel exists in my universe or not. So, so as of right now, that's kind of up in the air. It could remain a dream. Carly thinks it's a dream, so it might just remain a dream. Then we jump forward to the year 2189. 9 years later, Carly is a special agent now with Division 5 of EarthGov Security. Her partner, lover, Murphy Greenfield, they're finishing up an assignment. Then we come back to Earth. We have some background, some downtime where I try and show that there are people who do outright hate enhanced humans, but then some who may not hate them, but don't think they should be free. There is a character that Carly refers to in a first person, in a chapter told from first person, that she thinks of him as Mr. Righteous. It's actually based on a guy I worked with years ago. Because he thought he knew everything too. Even on his first couple of days on the job I was training him for, he thought he knew everything. I was like, yeah, no. And while we're we also get a bit of backdrop that leads to the story as a whole. It turns out that the man who bought out Carly's indentures, Director Xavier Bernard of Division 5, he bought out Carly's indentures mostly because he knew Carly's chief geneticist, Martin Carlson. But he also had a choice to make. And I'm sorry, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler, sorry. But he had a choice between freeing Carly or freeing Ephraim Bartok. And that choice, choosing Carly instead of Bartok, leads to part of Bartok's motivations later in the story and what he does. He wants freedom. Every enhanced human wants freedom for all enhanced humans. Some, like Carly, are willing to take the slow route, show the public at large that there's nothing to fear from enhanced humans, and hey, see, we can do a lot of good too. But there's also rogue enhanced humans like Bartok, who don't want to wait. This is also something that's touched on later on in Stranger. They want change, and they want it now. And they don't care who they have to kill to get it. So, yeah, as much as I try not to deal too much with politics in my stories, any story with enhanced humans in it is going to have a little bit of a message. I just try not to be heavy-handed about it, and I'm certainly not going to go the SJW route, so don't worry about that. It also was supposed to lead to at least 2 other stories, which I'm hoping to write soon. Yeah, but me saying soon is starting soon when they're actually finished is problematic. But there's at least 2 other stories because I do leave it open, for it to continue. And I did actually start writing the sequel. I do have a 2 direct sequels planned. And one I had actually started and I can't find it, which is annoying. It's one of the problems with being a pack rat. You think you know where everything is, and then you need something and you can't find it. So, well, I remember essentially how it goes, what I had written. So I should be able to get it. I just want to get some other projects finished before I focus on that. So it's the longest single story that I have published so far at just shy of 34,000 words. And oddly enough, interestingly enough, I should say, the story Last Light in Campfire Stories was originally supposed to be in this, but it really didn't have anything to do with the rest of the story. So took it out and published Last Light separately. So that's a little bit about On a Cold Wind, the story of Carl and Adrastia. I always run out of things to say. I'm sure anybody watching this can know it's like, okay, he just ran out of things to talk about. I could say more, but I don't want to give too many spoilers. I want you to read the book, and I want you to enjoy it, and I want you to be surprised by what comes up. So we're gonna end it here. Remember, Raven and Stranger are both available for pre-order until Wednesday when they go live. The paperbacks will be dropping hopefully that night. I'm just going to have to wait until I get home from work to get that done. And I'm sorry about it. Depending on how I feel when I get home from work, it might actually be the next day or two. Just being honest here, guys. All the other books are available also for sale in paperback and ebook. Links will be down below. And if you buy Raven, Stranger, or any of the others, please leave a review when you're finished. It helps, good, bad, or indifferent. And remember, we are each of us the heroes of our own stories and the villains of someone else's. Take care.